Good morning, fleshies. Today, we're going to be talking about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, and Knuckles. You know, I realize that I write in these jokes in these scripts sometimes, and I cut them out because I don't deliver them well, but hey, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna keep this one in because it's a short video. Also, while I'm at reckless video stuff, let me recklessly drop my Twitter at the fleshmonk. Hey, say hi sometime. I know these flash reviews haven't been particularly quick, so here goes nothing. The game is kind of booty. We're at $60? Not in my opinion. When $15 can get you Hollow Knight, $35 can get you Darkest Dungeon, and $60 can get you Breath of the Wild? No. Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, does not give you a lot of bang for your buck. I am a huge Marvel fan. And not only that, but I spent countless hours playing both X-Men Legends 2 Apocalypse and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 for the PSP. I played it so much that my grandpa would have to slap that out of my hands so I would eat at dinner. So believe me when I say I'm definitely not trying to hate this game, but it was pretty bad. It was so bad I couldn't really get past the first 2 hours, and for a $60 game, I just don't think that there's enough here to justify that price point. There's a lot of apparent love for the Marvel characters, but there's also a lack of depth. There are only 4 abilities, unlike the earlier games I played, which had like 6 or something, and there's no equipment system. Back in the old days, there were more abilities, equipment, more unique skins, and I was also a 10-year-old. Maybe this game, or this type of game, isn't for me anymore. I think I value more experiences that require thinking and depth rather than button mashing, because that's what you're doing in this game. Without the additional stuff that helps you customize these characters, it's basically like the whole game is on autopilot. I think the main good thing about this game is that the roster is so big and you can customize who's on your team, but a lot of these things don't gel together. There's also a synergy system which lets you combine 2 abilities for greater effects, and the game seems to actively try and have you not have fun in the first 2 hours. You're stuck with one ability, and if you pick the wrong team composition, then you're stuck with no synergies because not every ability type can synergize with another. So sometimes you're just going through the game and wondering what you're doing and why can't you access synergies. Then you look in the guide and you're like, oh, okay, alright. Not to mention it's kind of confusing that using the regular abilities is mapped to the bumper while the synergies are mapped to triggers. It's like, why not have them be the same button? What's the point? Don't you want people to use synergies? Also, kind of a relatively minor point, I just have an issue with the game's design because it's about all these different characters from the Marvel Universe, but doesn't really take advantage of their abilities. But this is just by virtue of it being a game. Like, the older games didn't really do this well at all either. It's weird because I think that in a game where you have Captain America and Captain Marvel, they shouldn't really feel that similar. Captain Marvel should be flicking them into walls, while Captain America should be using martial arts or something. And I think it's weird having the Hulk be damaged by things that equally damage Spider-Man. But this is just an example of like games being games, and that kind of thing is going to be definitely more focused on in the Square Enix Avengers games where they seem a little more unique, and it's definitely really hard to tackle in a game where there are like 40-50 characters in the roster like Ultimate Alliance. So I don't blame them for that. Besides that, the character designs are cool. There's a mixture of comic accurate and more realistic to like more like the MCU stuff, and overall the stories seem fun and there seem to be a lot of Marvel love. You get to see the X-Men and the Avengers together, and then the Defenders too, and the Inhumans. Unfortunately, I think this game just isn't for me. If you like turning your brain off and looking at Marvel characters fight alongside each other, if the camera works, while mashing 2 buttons, then this game is for you. Otherwise, you're probably going to have to wait for the next Spider-Man or Square Enix Avengers game for that clean and creamy Marvel game content. I give this game a 2 hours played out of 5. Thanks for watching, stay cool, and stay fleshy.